Welcome to our latest episode of the Bike Specialists Full Chat. And today in the showroom, we have Dean Harrison, 5 times TT champion. And here he is today. Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much. No, thanks for the invite down here today. It's been, for me, it's like a kid in a sweet shop morning because there's so many lovely bikes floating around this place. It's unbelievable. So
Brilliant.
I must say, if you're into bikes and this is your thing, I would definitely recommend coming down, have a cup of tea with the lads and checking out not just bikes, but also the few cars I've got floating here as well, to be honest.
I will say this as well, your knowledge on bikes, I'm shocked, it's really, really good. Even the really old stuff as well. Is there a reason for that? Is your family or? Yeah,
well, my dad's been into bikes and he's got quite a few classic bikes, I'd say. Right. But just, I am a bike enthusiast or petrol head. What's the right thing to say? I'm not quite sure, but there's every era of biking here. And if you come here and there's not a bike you like, you're not into bikes.
That's right, definitely. Well, I have a series of questions for you.
Yep.
And I'm going to start off with the first one. I'm guessing a lot of people want to know these questions. So let's start off with, what do you do to prepare before a big race?
The biggest preparation I do now before the big race is obviously helmet, levers, boots, everything's all in order, but it's food.
Food, right.
Recently in my sort of racing career, let's say, when I was a bit younger, you sort of never really paid much attention to putting the correct fuel in. No. But it's like a car or a bike, you put bad fuel in,
that's right.
It'll run bad.
Yeah.
And it's the same with yourself. So I've become so, focused now on eating the right things and having the right fuel before starting the race and getting on the bike. And I just think it helps for the stamina of riding the bike, especially somewhere like the TT where you're racing for nearly 2 hours at a time, 6 laps, and all you get is a 45-second pit stop for a bit of maybe an energy gel and a little bit of water. So you've just got to make sure you're fueled right, ready to go.
Right. What do you do to unwind after a big race?
Do you know what? I spend a bit of family time now. Oh. So I've got two little kids, so now it's just about getting out, get out of the way and try and... You know yourself, you've been in even the classic TT paddock. Yeah. It's a very similar feel to the TT paddock or even a British Superbike paddock. It's nice to just try and get out of the way a little bit and just try and have a bit of normality in your life, and it sort of gives you a little bit of a mental reset. Yeah. Because I feel you focus so hard on some things, and the saying goes, no, you can't see the wood for the trees. Sometimes you have to remove yourself a little bit from the situation, rethink it, and then just reintroduce yourself back in.
Yeah. No, super. And what's your favourite bike of all time? Now, be careful you answer this correctly, because hopefully we should have it in stock.
No, we do, to be fair. Honestly, my favourite bike of all time is the Honda NR750.
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
The first, I noticed straight away when I walked down there that it just stood out at me. And like I says to you earlier on, I says, as a child, I used to go everywhere and I had a model of an NR750. Right. And everywhere I used to go, whether it was racing with my dad or... I used to take this little red model with me. And do you know what the most annoying thing is? I don't actually have it today. I wish I had it.
You could have the real version instead.
Yeah, it cost me a few quid. I just don't tell them, we'll wheel it in the van on the way home. But no, honestly, that to me is just a childhood icon.
Oh, it's an incredible bike.
Exactly, really and one of these specs, it's a similar sort of thing, V4.
45, beautiful.
But again, this is another one, and this stems back to, as a kid, I used to watch down Bray Hill.
Right.
And if anyone's been at the TT, you'll be like yourself, you'll appreciate this, because when you stand at Bray Hill or St Ninians Crossroads and you hear a V4 coming out of Governor's Bridge, and the resonance of the engine going down the hill, and it resonates with all the houses, honestly, it's just, awesome. You'll never ever forget it, and that's just what sticks in my head.
Even listening to you now, I've just got hairs on the back of my neck standing up.
They're just exactly.
I get exactly what you mean.
That's
amazing.
Exactly.
So what do you do? What's your hobbies? What do you do when you're not riding?
I ride other bikes. I'll be honest, I don't. Outside of road racing or BSB, I don't really have any other hobbies apart from me enduro bike, a bit of cycling, do a bit of running, but I wouldn't say it's a hobby because I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of running. I do it for the fitness side of things.
I always say I'm too big to run. That's my excuse.
That's a good excuse, yeah.
Too flat-footed.
Yeah, no, I must admit, it's not my favourite thing, but this just bikes in general, whether it's classic bikes, whether it's enduro bikes. Not a massive fan of motocross.
Anything on 2 wheels, really.
Yeah. I'm a massive car guy. I love cars. I like looking at cars and engineering and things like that.
So how did you get into motorcycle racing?
Being with my dad, obviously my dad's raced the TT on a sidecar all his life. We'd went to Scarborough races and some short circuit and things like that. And from me as a kid, obviously, went everywhere with my dad watching the sidecars.
Right.
And I love sidecars. I have raced a sidecar myself. I've passengered a sidecar. I've driven a sidecar. Yeah, I would like to do the TT on one, but driving.
Right, yeah.
But I'm going to wait till I get a little bit older for that. That's all. Like maybe I'll morph into that as I get older. But no, and as a kid, I just always wanted to race a bike, just for me and a bike, and I'm in control of what's going on and just.
And I suppose the next question is there another motorsport you'd like to get into? Have you ever thought about maybe racing cars or go-karting or?
Yeah, I would. You know, I'd love to have a go at a car race.
Yeah.
Doing a car race, I think, would be a really. But I'm not sure what. I once tested a Radical SR8, which has got an Hayabusa V8 engine in it.
Awesome.
Unbelievable bit of kit. Yes.
Yeah.
I tested that at Donington Park, and that were impressive. The G-force it creates, things like that. It's like people play on these simulators, and I think, yeah, it's fantastic, but there's nothing like the real thing.
Correct, especially on a motorcycle. So I've been very fortunate over the years to drive fast cars, and that's my family background, cars as well. But nothing has ever given me the buzz of riding a bike fast. It's just the ultimate.
I feel, a lot of people said they feel safer in a car.
Yeah.
I feel safer going fast in a bike than I do in a car.
Got you.
Which is the opposite to most people. And I think it's because I just feel at home on my two wheels.
So, what's your best experience? It's obviously going to be quite an easy one for you. What's your best experience in motorsport?
Obviously, winning the TT for me, this year probably a special one for me to do the double at the Isle of Man. But winning my first TT was special because as a kid, you see, when you grow up around something and you almost dream of doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then what's quite surreal in life is when you achieve the ultimate of wanting to achieve that and then you do it, you almost sit there and think, you have to pinch yourself to think, have I actually done that?
Yeah, or amazing.
Yeah.
That must be some serious buzz.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Mind-blowing.
Yeah. And your worst?
Crashing, obviously. Ulster Grand Prix crash was probably one of the worst for me. I've got pins, screws and things in you, and it knocks you as you go down the line, but racing a bike, it's something you've got to accept that at some point you're going to crash. Don't get me wrong, you don't want to.
To get that good, usually they do. Yeah,
you're pushing the limits at times. Yeah, exactly, that's it.
Do you have any racing superstitions?
Believe it or not, no, I don't. Like, John drops a penny down his levers, people who do things. I'm not very superstitious on anything like that. For example, I don't have any superstition start numbers and things like that. The only thing I do, I have to put my left boot on first.
Right.
I don't know why. I just put my left boot on first, and I have to put my right glove on. That's because my finger, I have to thumb that one in.
How are you finding the living in the Isle of Man now?
Relaxing.
So obviously you've gone from Bradford to the Isle of Man.
Yeah, going from Bradford to the Isle of Man, obviously you can imagine a contrast in environments and things like that. But honestly, the way of life on the Isle of Man for me, I think it's made me a better rider.
Yeah.
Since going there now, I'm so much more relaxed. I'm putting more effort into my training, and it's definitely showed on my results.
Yeah. Personally, I love the Isle of Man myself, so I completely get why you've moved over there. Beautiful beaches, nice lifestyle, great restaurants, nice people.
Yeah, honestly,
it's just, and the biking, they all welcome it. I can remember, I'll never forget this, I've gone to a fuel station, and this was for the main TT, and I've come out, I got a Repsol Blade at the time, and I've gone over to the bike, and this old lady, she must have been 85, she says, come on then, let's hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm starting up and revving, I'm thinking, what am I doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so different.
No, people,
really
obviously, I feel that the TT as an event is absolutely mind-blowing. And the people over there, some of them I feel take it a little bit for granted. They almost don't appreciate what they have on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Because I've travelled the world going to Macau in China, and you race, and they go to all these events, and going to the Isle of Man is just nothing like it.
Oh, completely agree with you. And I feel so safe over there as well. That's the big thing for me.
Yeah, it is. I sleep there.
Yeah, people say to me it's like England used to be 60 years ago, living on the Isle of Man.
Yeah, it is like going back in time a little bit, but in a good way.
Yeah, oh, exactly.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be the first rider to win the Superstock for Honda since 2014?
Do you know what? I didn't even know. I'll be honest with you, I was a bit not ignorant about it. I didn't actually realise they hadn't won for so long. It's been over 10 years since they've won any TT. So no, do you know what? The effort that Honda put in as a team is absolutely mind-blowing. And seeing the team so thrilled with me winning, honestly, for me, was the icing on the cake. It made me feel better, even though I was so happy about winning anyway. Because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Because it's not, I know, don't get me wrong, I'm the only one riding the bike on the day, but if it wasn't for them putting all the effort in the background and making the bike what it is for me to race, I wouldn't be able to achieve the ultimate goal.
it's amazing. Factory rider as well. I mean, that's so awesome.
Exactly. Honestly, like
Must
again,
be a
as
real
a kid,
and I'm a massive Honda fan, so I completely get it. It's amazing.
As a kid, I remember looking up to all the Honda riders. I've gone through the years, and again, when I got the opportunity to go ride at Honda, I had to take it with two hands and take it and grab the bull by the horns, as they say, and just try and make the most of it.
You've definitely done that.
Exactly.
Was you a bit gutted about the senior race?
Yeah, obviously, we all want to go race bikes, and we all wanted to race, but I'll be honest with you, I stood by the decision that the organisers made, and I did do the sighting lap.
Yeah.
The wind were bad. You're going up the mountain mile and you leant over going in a straight line. So I do think they made the right decision, and I think that the TT, with it being as dangerous as it is, and we all know that, we respect the dangers, you've got to live to fight another day. And I think that's what we've all done, and we'll go back next year and have another go.
Yeah. How does the new Fireblade compare to the ZX-10 you were riding previously?
Honestly, I can't say the Kawasaki's a bad motorcycle. Right. I do massive credit to Kawasaki because it was a fantastic bike. I won the senior TT in it. I won Ulster Grand Prix on it. We podiumed various places. I won the Super Sport TT in 2018 on the ZX6. So as a bike, yes, it is fantastic. But Honda have just moved it on that little bit, bringing the new bike out, and the Fireblade's got its stronger points. It's definitely a faster motorcycle. Right. It handles really well. And just, you know yourself, when somebody brings a new bike on, it just moves the benchmark on.
Of course it does.
And then somebody moves the benchmark on. And at the minute, I just feel like Honda is the benchmark. That's why, obviously, we could go to the TT this year and we're fighting and we're winning 2 Superstock races. Yeah. Because we all know that the Superstock TT is the closest you can get to a road bike.
Which is mad. That, I mean, the lap time you got on a Superstock.
This is what I'm saying. Crazy. So, proving that you can go there, do 135.6, and it was the fastest lap of the fortnight, proves how good the Fireblade is as a road bike.
Amazing. Absolutely. There's a lot of speculation about, with the modern bikes and their power, what do you think the ceiling for top average speed is achievable? And who do you think will be the first to do it?
I don't think there's a ceiling. I just think it's like anything, even car race the same, you're constantly evolving and developing all the time. And I just think it'll keep getting a little bit faster. But what I think we do need is the weather.
Yeah.
For you to get the ultimate lap time, you need the rubber down on the track. You need like a good sort of a week of good weather where you're constantly evolving all the time. And also as well, you need to be in that nip and tuck fight. Yeah. Because like in the Superstock race, the last lap wasn't as quick as the first race, for example. Right. But I had a 20-second lead. So there's no need for me to push the boundaries. You want to win the race almost at the slowest possible pace. For safety reasons, there's no need for me to be pushed on the last lap with a lead like that. So you need to be that nip and tuck race just to push that boundary, I feel, a little bit.
How does it feel to have the support such an amazing team as Honda?
A bit surreal. Again, when I went there, you've almost got to...
Especially with you being a factory rider as well, which is incredible.
Exactly. Being in the factory team for me is just a dream come true almost. And for me to go and win for them this year was another lifelong sort of dream. People say goal, ambition, but it's more... I'd sort of something I dreamt of more than anything really, and then to go and do it is just.
And how did you celebrate after? I'm intrigued.
Believe it or not, I was quite sad and boring. Me and the missus went to Mr. Hillier's and we had a couple of bottles of Corona.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the TT being so, but it's quite difficult to go out places. But no, we'll have to sort of organise a celebration at the end of the season.
Have you had the opportunity to go and visit HQ in Japan?
Not yet, no. No, I haven't been to Japan yet. Hopefully the offer will arise.
Have you been practising some Japanese? Just so you know your lingo when you're over there, just to shock them?
I reckon their English is better than my Japanese.
It's supposed to be one of the hardest languages to learn, to be fair. But
yeah, exactly. I think me trying to learn that, it'd be easier if I just cope with their English.
So this probably goes back to the original question I asked you earlier. After looking around our extensive collection, which one would you want to take home?
Definitely for me, number one at the top of my list would be the NR750. And number two on the list, I sort of said, would be the Laverde Giotto.
Oh, right, I'm impressed.
I quite like that one. I think it's a cool bike.
The 1970s muscle bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Right handful. Yeah, they are good fun to ride. And how did you manage to get 134 miles an hour out of a stock bike, which is just crazy?
Honestly, it's just, again, it was the last lap in the fight for the win, and you've just got to think, right, I need to, now it's either now or never, I need to now go, because it's only me that can lose this race. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
It's mine to lose almost.
And then another question, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Ooh, that's a good question. in what would be lovely to see myself in 10 years would be, let's say, some more TT wins on the
Yeah.
board. Not quite sure how many, and still riding for the factory Honda team and doing the business.
Brilliant, absolutely. So, and just before we finish off as well, motocross, you're not into? Enduro,
I don't dislike
you're telling me?
motocross. I quite like. I do have a motocross bike,
Yeah.
and I do a little bit of it, but it's probably not my go-to sport. I do love my enduro.
Yeah.
I quite like doing a bit of extreme enduro. I try and do that through winter. That's like my main training thing.
Okay.
Because for fitness, honestly, there's nothing you
Yeah.
can do that
Oh,
will
it's
push you close to the limits of that. Honestly.
Maximum.
And not being, I do go to the gym, but I'm not a massive fan of the gym, so
Right.
I try and look at other avenues
Yeah.
to try and push myself to the
Water
limit.
sports as well, with you living in the Isle of Man?
Do you know what? I haven't. I do a bit of kayaking with the missus. Do a
Right,
little bit of
brilliant.
that. I need to get myself a jet ski, I think,
Yeah.
to try and do
Oh,
some
definitely a jet
wave
ski.
surfing, let's say.
Yeah, had some great fun.
Yeah,
with jet
exactly.
skis. Well, I'd just like to say it's been an absolute honour and a pleasure to have you down at the Bike Specialist. You're a top guy, a very, very well-liked person, by the way. He's got a lot of fans. And to have you down here today is super special for us. Thank you very much.
No, I'd like to say thank you as well for having me. Fantastic.
You're always welcome.